Hello, everybody. Oh, what is happening with my audio? Hi, hello. Okay, so what do I have to turn on? I think this is better. Is it? Anyway, today is more of an audio only stream because this is what you are. You are a rock. Not just any stone, but a mineral in my room. You listen because there's nothing that moves you more than me talking. It will make you more of an unmovable formation in a place that will see you as you are. A boulder. A boulder the size of a pebble. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to stream a little bit because it's late night and honestly I don't want to turn on the cam. I am tired, but I just still wanted to stream because I had the energy to do so. And honestly, yesterday's stream, I was cringing a lot when I was rewatching it because, one, you don't like hearing your own voice, right? Especially when you're singing. The other thing is that I had been singing 4 hours straight prior to the stream, so my voice was very tired, but also being open to be perceived and seen is something that will take your nerves quite up there, especially when you're singing, right? Especially when you're doing something that is at the beginner level or very much of an amateur type of level in general, because it exposes you in so many ways. But today, as I was remembering that and thinking about that, I realized, you know what? I don't mind if you're watching me from the very beginning, shaking like Bambi in the forest, or like a little kitty. I don't know why I was thinking about that. It's starting to open its eyes and is super wobbly on its legs, trying to discover the new world ahead of it. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. I think it's a beautiful part of life to watch somebody else and be able to watch somebody else take these type of first steps towards doing something, being an amateur, being a beginner, failing, not being perfect at it. I think that's the most beautiful thing, is watching yourself and watching somebody else and feeling so inspired by it, or feeling like there's something about it. Because if you were not to try to put so much effort and challenge yourself to be trying things, you will only stay at the same place where you are in life. And I can tell you that I've had such a difficulty with moving forward in my life. Like, even today I was thinking, like, what am I even supposed to do? Because I always think about my streams and talk in my streams in ways where I cannot reveal certain things, but I want to talk about them. Because a lot of things in my life probably will be of some type of meaning to at least me. And if you come along and you feel like that is something that will take you with me, I guess that's worthwhile in its way. Because it's not necessarily somebody who deliberately moves you in a motivational way that will inspire you to do things, but the fact that somebody is just courageously going through such unknown things, that is the life that is in front of you, the path that you will take. It doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter what direction it is. To watch somebody do something like that and to just take any type of step, to just do things without any like negative regards towards themselves, is the most beautiful thing. Because I've seen people starting singing and whatnot, and I'm like, you know what? I will do that too. I don't care if I'm gonna be laughed at. I don't care if I don't sound perfect. I don't care if I will be met with something like that. You know why? Because sometimes the most fearless thing you can do for yourself is to just keep pushing on and be like, yeah, at least I'm doing something in my life that is not making me feel so stuck within myself. Because look at you. You're here laughing at what? At the fact that you're not letting yourself be detached of the outcome. You're laughing at me because you cannot embrace yourself fully, because you cannot accept that somebody can be so free, because you cannot shake off the expectations of other people because you think you are so trapped. Yes, I do understand a lot of things are what's trapping you in a way, at least a cycle that feels like it's never ending, right? But even then, like, it's just a small thing that will take you out of this type of cycle by just saying that you can come out of it, maybe not physically, but mentally in a way, by saying, okay, listen, I might not be able to get out of this situation as easily as I wish I would want to, but what I can do for myself is to practice needing to take a deep breath whenever I'm met with somebody who will ruffle my feathers so strongly that it will certainly whip up a whole storm for me. There's a lot of things that I cannot do, I cannot control, because they're very much outside of my power, right? But every time I'm like, okay, well, I can be angry, I can be allowed to be angry, to be feeling all of this anger and rage, and put it towards ways where I can, well, I guess just do something for myself to not be there anymore, even if it's just a tiny pebble that I will kick away out of my way. Something like that. Because I felt so embarrassed when I was rewatching my stream from yesterday and thinking like, oh, should I delete that? Should I even keep that as a VOD for my YouTube channel? What should I even just, what do I do? It's so embarrassing because I'm one, singing, and two, crashing out and just doing whatever. But the thing is, I think it just takes a certain amount of people to get to know me over a time, right? And not only that, but for me to get more used to this place. Because it took me quite a few months to get used to my workplace, or actually usually it takes me quite a while to get used to my workplaces and to be like, oh yeah, I guess this is what's going to happen now. But I think it's also something very natural and normal to be a little bit more cautious with the people around you in these type of environments, and to get used to it in such a while. I think people, like, as I say, 1 year can feel long and at the same time as short as you would blink. So really, putting certain things into perspective is a very important thing that will impact the way you feel towards your life. Because I have tested out whether or not I am okay with having this job because I was like, oh, okay, no, I have to keep going. You know how certain time, okay, this is how, at least for me, I know when I should give up and when I should keep going. I put a certain type of timer at some point. When I catch myself at least once or twice being like, oh, I can't do this. I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Let's do this for 5 rounds. Let's do this for 3 more months. Let's do this till this and this. And let's see how it's going to be like. Let's see how I'm going to feel. Not only that, but where am I standing right now to be thinking that? Am I, like, as a woman, of course, am I going through a certain type of cycle? Or is there something else in my life that is making me feel so exhausted by something, and having something else adding up to it that's already also something that I need to balance? Like, what is it specifically that I need to think about, right? It's very nuanced. You have to critically think about the certain things in life to be able to find out whether or not it's okay to give up in this very moment because it doesn't align with you, it doesn't work with you, it harms you more than it probably would, or if it's good to keep pushing on because that's what challenging you, that's something that will make you grow more than you ever thought it would, right? But either way, both options will make you grow, because you understanding that this is not going to be for you will help you in growing in a way of saying, okay, this is not something I like, and I for the future will know what I don't want. And then the other thing is, like, if you do keep pushing on, you will, one, learn what you don't like, what you do like, but you will also have some more insights on other things that you maybe wouldn't have seen if you wouldn't have kept pushing on, right? Like, studying is hard. Man, studying is hard sometimes. Interacting with people is hard sometimes. Talking to, like, being with yourself is hard. Doing any type of skill, working out, anything about food and health and nutrition, whatever, these type of things in life. We are creatures that always just keep pushing on. Like, there's something about it which is just so natural. But when you're so in your mind and not used to knowing what you need to do sometimes, because for some reason it wasn't just the fact. Let me tell you something that I learned, because I was like this as well in the past, where I was like, why did nobody tell me this, and why are people not teaching this on all these things. But the thing is, sometimes it also takes your own curiosity to even want to learn that, and your consideration for yourself to want to learn more about it and to get out of it. Because if you keep thinking like, oh, why didn't nobody tell me this, why didn't nobody whatever, yes, you can. Yes, certain things that are being perpetrated by a system that is not teaching us certain things that it should teach us, that is a part of it as well. But I mean, certain things like how you interact with people, sometimes you have to figure it out yourself. I'm saying this as somebody who was extremely socially awkward, and I'm still socially awkward, and had many issues with social interactions, and I still do have issues with social interactions. But I bet you people who would know me or have witnessed me in action in this type of way would shake their head and be like, what are you talking about? Like, literally, you're far away from that. And let me tell you something, I learned how to do these type of things. It's the same way you learn certain type of, like, what we call manners, right? Like a simple hello and thank you, for example, is the most universal manner that you should have. But for some reason, a lot of people don't have that, which is very, like, first of all, frightening. Like, what is wrong with you? I don't even know what to say. But yeah, like, you will learn, and you have to learn. You cannot blame somebody else or yourself that you haven't learned that. You have to, like, want to try to find out how to interact with people better. Listen, for myself, I don't care who the frick you are. I don't give a fuck who the fuck you are, because your behavior is what shows me more than enough. Yes, certain things will explain things more. Certain conditions, certain ailments, or whatever, okay? Certain things will explain more and will help in giving grace and compassion. But that does not freaking excuse certain things of behavior patterns that is just very unregulated, very entitled and privileged, you know? Like, I know this is a very hard thing to hear. You as a rock, as a little pebble, you have to hear this, because this will make you an unmovable formation in a place that will see you as you are. Because if you cannot embrace yourself in this type of way, and embrace the fact that you have to be curious and that you have to be learning things, and that you cannot always blame certain things around you, and especially when they're not in your control, and that you have to take control of yourself by holding yourself accountable, by saying, okay, yes, I am allowed to complain about things, but after I have complained, I also have to hold myself accountable by taking action towards something about myself. For example, recently, I, funnily enough, always thought it was something very natural to me, at least. I thought everybody did this. It was just my assumption, right? But recently I saw somebody that came out with like, what was it, like a thesis, an essay or whatever, about jealousy, and that you have to take action towards yourself to do something about it, right? And I thought always, for me, it was like the most natural thing, that whenever I felt jealous of something or somebody, especially because usually you should feel jealous about somebody, right? It's not something but somebody. I was like, oh yeah, well, yeah, I feel jealous because I don't have this, or I don't feel like this, or oh, and then I'm like, you know what? No, I don't like this. This is so mean towards the other person and towards myself to be like this. It's either me doing something similar, doing the same thing, or just taking an alternative to it to be able to learn from my jealousy that there's more things that I can do, right? For example, I felt jealous towards people that were able to stream in a way where I was like, and sing, right? Where I was like, what am I what am I doing here? And I was like, that's so stupid of me to be like this. Like, it's so mean to myself and towards the other person to be feeling like this. I know I can't take it out on myself. I should not, and I don't want to be hard on myself, but that's exactly why, because I don't want to be hard on myself, I need to embrace myself and say, oh, I feel jealous because I feel insecure about this one thing, and because I am so scared and anxious about this one thing that I should take action on, that I need to take action on. And that is, for example, embracing the way that I am very much of a beginner when it comes to singing, and that I need to be seen singing and trying because I don't care. I want to do this, right? Not only just singing, it's the general consensus of me chasing my dreams and doing something in this type of way, because I know very well the chances of me, for example, studying or having an apprenticeship when it comes to, let's say, fashion, because that's truly what always speaks to me. Like, I cannot ever escape the thought about fashion, no matter how much I think about the environment or anything else. I cannot escape it. It always is on my mind. And because of that, I'm like, I will have to do something with fashion. There's no escape. Because the truth is, certain things that when it comes to your career paths, they will always be on your mind for a reason, because there's no other way that it will not be something that will align with you. Because certainly, like certain jobs, I would never chase them, right? Because I know very well this is not for me. Even though I could probably do it if I were to be trained. I could do anything I would want to if I were to just be trained, if I were to put my mind to it and study. But sometimes certain things make it easier when you are aligned with the things that you want and the things that you will take a path on, and things that also you have more of an affinity towards, right? Because if you don't have an affinity towards it, like for me, for example, I don't have a very good chemistry, which is funny that I'm saying this, with math. Like, me and math are saying bye-bye to each other, not with a lot of like fire behind it, but simply because I'm like crying. I'm like, I'm so sorry, math. I'm so sorry, but I do understand that you're something so amazing. But I cannot wrap my head around you. I'm so sorry I have to part ways with you. Because the thing is, there are certain things in algebra or geometrics or whatever, in mathematics in general, that I did enjoy in school, but I'm like, generally, I cannot. But maybe I just need to like put my head on it again. I don't know. Honestly speaking, never mind. But anyway, yeah. that was kind of something. I don't know why I'm suddenly also thinking about this, but there's this other thing that I remembered that is kinda in the falls into the way of this topic, but there was something about also like bits of connection, right? And how people oftentimes mistake certain bits of connection with like social commentary that's negative or anything else like that, because one, we are people, you don't have to like everybody, and not everybody has to like you, right? And two, cultural differences, and language differences. Because recently I remembered because I said this on stream yesterday as well. I was crashing out about so many things. Truly, like every time I'm crashing out or saying something, I'm like, should I even keep this up? Like what the frick? But the thing is, yes, I will. Yes, I will. You gotta stop me. Except I stop myself, you know, because if I go back to it and I'm like, I don't know, like, you know, I regret doing that, and then I go back and forth, and then I know even more so that I should keep that video up. But anyway, which is funny because sometimes when you're unsure of certain things, it's also most likely more of a no to you. Like if you ever, like, party people, my little rock in my room, let me tell you something. Listen up, okay? If you ever feel unsure and you're really going back and forth, having so many thoughts, having so many doubts about certain things, and not really, like, truly, you cannot sit with it, basically. If you can't sit with it and you're going back and forth, it's a clear no. And then there's this thing about going back and forth, going to the pro and contra of certain things, but being able to sit with it. That's something that will challenge you, where you have to be like, okay, maybe right now I'm feeling very indecisive and I need to take a moment to think about it again, right? This is a small, very nuanced difference that I hope you will understand will make quite a difference in your life as well if you were to take action with this type of little hack that I have told you about that will help you in life. Cause like, what are you supposed to do when you're feeling like that, right? Because this is the thing also. Whenever I see somebody using like any type of AI thing, I'm like even the simplest thing. Please, I need you to understand to one, take a deep damn breath and understand that you feel extremely overwhelmed by so many things in life and that second, you do not trust yourself. You don't trust your damn judgment. And you need to hone it. You need to hone your self-trust. You need to hone your judgment. You need to hone the fact that you need to think. Needs to be yours. The same thing goes with social interaction. Not every single thing somebody else says to you needs to be taken to you personally, or in general needs to be taken. We can allow to let somebody else to just state something and be like, okay, not really my cup of tea, but yeah, I see. Okay, for example, like if you say, first of all, I don't particularly like this. Like I am a defender of this, okay? When people say like I don't like small talk, and the thing is, I used to be somebody who said very, very, very fiercely, I don't like small talk. But then I realized over time how important small talk actually is. And the reason why I don't like small talk is because I was looking to have conversations with people that would align with me in ways that I need it to be and wanted it to be. And that was wrong, because me looking for that in everybody made me feel extremely miserable. Not only that, but it made me so above somebody else that I ended up not even talking or paying attention to anybody else. And that's just kind of stuck up, honestly speaking. Being able to just be talking to a stranger about the weather and being like, yeah, or the weather, or not only just the weather, like with strangers, but also with people around you in general, like your family, whatever. I think it's a normal conversation to have sometimes, to be talking about the weather, like how crazy, for example, the heat wave is, because everything is political, everything can be deep. If you think that these type of things are just small talk, anything could be small talk. Truly, it could be anything. Because for somebody else, talking about the weather can be so deep because they have such an interest about talking about the weather. Because, for example, I don't know, they're a weatherman or a woman. They are somebody who observes cloud formations or does the landscaping for the weather in general, for forecasts, or is, I don't know how these jobs are all called, but you have to think about it. Like, there are people out there who do jobs, for example, that are on lookouts trying to figure out if there's gonna be like a storm or whatever. Yes, we have satellites, whatever, okay, but I believe there are still people out there who do these type of jobs. I think still interesting. I think that even if you were to just talk about something so simple and so like performative in a way, you can still learn something from yourself and from somebody else and from the simple conversation. Because sometimes it's not the conversation that you have with somebody else that you will learn something from. It's the fact that you are even having a conversation in the very moment that you're learning information from, having insight from something. Because sometimes when I stop and just talk to somebody, a very small talkish, later on I have the insight of, oh, there was the reason why I was just standing and talking with somebody, because then I was able to avoid, I don't know, some type of other thing that happened somewhere else and I wasn't there at the time. Not only that, but sometimes it's also more of a, oh, this is a nice social interaction, I feel good now. Because I do understand why people don't like small talk. You know, as I said, I was on that side as well, where I was like very fiercely being like, I don't like small talk, blah 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 blah. I get it, because it's very performative, because most people don't really care about it and all these type of things. But the thing is, if you learn how to like have a conversation with people, you will enjoy that. Small talk is so enjoyable. I cannot. And it's the pinnacle of being able to get to know somebody else. Because without that, I think that's crossing certain type of boundaries sometimes. Like you could meet somebody, and like instantly, like just like that, have a connection. Not because of the chemistry or anything like that, but because for some reason this person aligned with you so much that you were able to. Also, I'm so sorry. I would like to remind you guys again. I don't regularly read the chat because I also record this for YouTube. So say hi to YouTube, yeah. Because I was just reminded to be looking into the chat, because what if somebody's watching? This is so funny to me. Okay, anyway. Where was I? Yeah. Like where was I? Something with small talk. Where was I? Oh my god. Oh my god, where was I? Oh my god. What was I talking about? Oh my, like before real right now, what was I talking about? I generally don't remember. Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about. So like, even if you meet somebody that you just instantly kind of connect with, right? You will have that deep conversation in the beginning and then still end up having small talk without you even realizing that this is small talk. Because small talk is very important to be, like, try to get closer with people. Like, I know you don't like it, but this is the truth that is right there, without a little bit of small talk about asking such things that are so, like, boring in a way, right? Like, what is your goal? Are you trying to actually have a friend, or just somebody that you can just, I don't know, use in a way to have a buddy to talk to? Like, not even a buddy, but someone to talk to. And for me, I learned that this is kind of not fair. Like, I don't want that, because I also don't like it when people do that with me, because I see that and I'm like, yeah, no. And then I see it with myself and I'm like, yeah, also no. Because for real, like, the reason why we also don't like small talk is because usually we talk about jobs, school, the goals in the future, or whatever. And you don't ever dare to ask your friend just a simple question of, what is your favorite color? Why do you like it so much? What's the greatest highlight that you've ever had when you think about this color? Like, you don't ask these questions because you don't have any interest, or because you also don't not only have any interest in the other person, but because you are so in your mind to be thinking like you don't like small talk. And that is something that I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do this anymore. Because oftentimes you also want reciprocity, right, when it comes to relationships. And the reason why you feel like small talk isn't the greatest thing on earth is because you feel like there is no reciprocity. But if you also don't like be a recipient or like be the one that's sending it, what are you gonna do, right? Because I can assure you that nobody would, like, none of the people around me would know anything about me, because I usually don't ask, and they usually don't ask. And even if I were like, yes, you can tell people certain things about yourself all the time, but the thing is, there's so much that will stick with somebody else. Yes, out of love, it can still stick. But the thing is that asking somebody questions, asking something, is the most intimate thing you can do, because that's a form of connection. Because in the same way you connect certain things, information, with yourself in your mind by asking yourself, do I understand the information that I've been given when I read a book or an article or any type of research paper, like, it doesn't matter what it is. Will I have understood that, right? Because it doesn't matter what type of learning type you have, if you are more leaning to a visual type or somebody who needs to hear it or whatever. Like, yes, maybe you lean more towards, let's say, like, visual things, right? More than the average person. You still need the other types to be able to learn, because it's still like an entire thing that is very important for your entire, like, mind, body, and soul to be able to learn things, right? And in the end, you will always have to ask yourself, did I understand what I just studied? Did I understand what I was reading? Do I know the meaning of this? And if you cannot find an answer, you will have to keep asking yourself until you understand. So this is the same thing when it comes to other people. You have to ask certain things yourself and somebody else to be connecting with somebody else and to be understanding them. Because if there's no question asked, if there's no small talk, if there's no little bits of connection, what are you gonna do? You will also feel like a stranger to yourself. Do you know that? At least that's what I learned as well. That because I don't ask questions other people, I don't learn much about myself. Because I didn't ask enough questions, I felt resentment towards certain people. Because I didn't ask certain questions, I'm not friends with them anymore. Even though I wonder if it really had to be like that. And the thing is, I could be telling them this very same people these type of things, and they would be like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, okay, this is exactly the reciprocity that you're talking about when it comes to, like, small talk and many other things, right? Like you can't expect the world to give you this and not give back. I don't know why we're at this topic now. I have no clue. Then again, you know what you are right now? A rock. You have to listen to me. Oh yeah. What time is it? It's an hour, almost an hour now. Let's take a little sippy break. I have a very nice hibiscus tea right now. I bought this tea, and I have to say, I don't like the variety of hibiscus that I'm currently drinking, that I currently still have in my tea collection. I don't like it. There's a very particular hibiscus that I really like because it's more smoother. It's not, if you steep it for too long, it's not gonna be sour. Because this one, I do like sour, but this one, it feels like I'm like, my face like just cringes. Yeah. 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 Anyway, yeah, what else? What's that? Was that something? Yeah. And you have to understand also, if we go back to this topic, that you have to practice certain things, right? But especially that you have to allow yourself to understand that you're also not helping the case that you have opened for yourself, right? And that you're not seeing certain perspectives that could give you more of an evidence, could give you more of a way to open up more research about certain things or whatever, right? Yeah, because I also remember somebody once asked me like about my opinion, because they were like, yeah, you can just say whatever, right? Because like you just like, I thought you like would be the right person for this. I'm like, yeah, but you also have to take into consideration, we can talk about it, that I will not be as, that I will, like, the thing is, I will try to be tactful, of course, I will try to be considerate and careful, but that does not mean that I'm gonna be so like empathic and too soft for you to not realize that whatever you're asking me about is something that you're like, what, like, I'm not gonna do that. You're asking me for a purpose, and you shall know that it's not gonna be a soft landing. And it's funny because this person was like, I don't know why everybody always has this issue with me and blah blah blah, but the thing is, I'm like, I know very well why. It's because your behavior, first of all, this type of behavior in the first place, the fact that you're saying, I don't know, like I don't know why I try to be like this and that and this and that. First of all, like, yes, you can ask somebody else to help you out in whatever you are not seeing right now, but it also doesn't help if you're being like, I'm so sorry to say this, I'm at the same time not sorry, but if you're being small-minded about your own self and other people, to be like, yeah, I don't know, like when somebody else tells you that what you're doing is something really uncomfortable, and you're continuing to be like, I don't know why, you are really avoiding it. And like, you're, at some point, it's just a pattern of being small-minded in a way. And sometimes it doesn't mean that somebody is just small-minded. Sometimes it just means that somebody has a phase in life that's very unfortunate to be meeting this person in, and to be like, okay, do I have to give you grace? Do I give you compassion? Do I just hit you in the face? What is happening? I do not condone violence, okay guys, please. That was a metaphorical way of saying things, please. Anyway, but yeah, it's funny because this person never talked to me again. This person, maybe they forgot about it, I don't know, but it's kind of funny. But yeah, this also reminds me of something else that happened recently, where I was like, this is also something when it comes to like the general topic of today. Like I guess I wasn't feeling very well because I was very much in my head, because it was very unusual for myself in the very moment in my time to be like this again, because I am not like this anymore. But when I got back into it, I was like, God, what's happening? So I was able to kind of like hold myself accountable and be like, okay, no, this is not about this person, this is about me. Because as I said, not everything that somebody else says needs to be taken by you right? And not, and in that same way, just because things are said doesn't mean that everything needs to be confronted about or like cleared up or whatever. Yes, it makes it better, but sometimes when you don't get the chance, or because you don't want to take it or whatever, it is even more important to for you yourself, hold yourself accountable and be more vulnerable with yourself and be like, okay, well, that was kind of an L moment for me, because I felt rejected over what was said. The funny thing is that I was like, why am I even feeling like this? But it was because I had other feelings already during the entire day that got amplified by this interaction, where I was like, okay, I need to take a step back and I don't have to talk about it with this person. Yes, it would help, because then this person would know not to do this and would be more in the know that sometimes they do this because this is a common occurrence for this person to be like this. But then again, I'm like, the thing is, I don't know this person that much to be like, it's like, man, work environments, they really take me to places. But the thing is, this is the most important thing about work environments, especially when it comes to people that you don't particularly like or dislike. It's just they're there and you have interactions with them. You learn so much, and it's the most amazing thing for me. Because I'm like, okay, do I need something for myself? Do I need something like in between, or what is happening? Because sometimes it's also like the fear of saying something to your colleagues or to anybody else in this type of like social connection that is not truly like with you, like in your circle, to say something, right? Because you kind of get taught not to meddle with people that like this. But then at the same time, I'm like, I don't care. Like, what is this? What is this behavior that you're bringing to the day, to the years, to eternity? What are you bringing to others and to yourself? What are you doing? Like, honey, please take yourself by the hand if you're not gonna let others do that with you. Oh, oops. I was like, where's my music? But it's literally because I'm in front of it that you can't probably hear it that much. But anyway, yeah. As I said, I don't know about this other thing, because I had a crash out yesterday as well, right? About like the German system of the German government's like helping system in this type of way. And I think this is the most important thing that I can do for myself, is to be like seen with my life story and my thoughts, because I know I keep saying this to somebody around me, and I'm like, I always say that I don't want somebody else to be alone with this, but at the same time, I know somebody else is not alone with this. I know very well that if they can do this to me, they can do this to so many other people. I don't want this to happen. So the reason why I was crashing out so much about this topic yesterday, and because I don't particularly like it that much, is because like where do I even start? I feel like I should actually say this in German as well. Maybe I will make a separate like video in German about it. I have no clue, but So my family has been living on this type of support system for a long time, right? Not because they ended up with this. It just a lot of things in life happened, and it was a hard time for them to get out of it. And especially when you're a person of color in a country that is, well, very discriminatory, yeah, and racist, and whatever, and they at the same time are trying to be better. It's very hard, because then again, you reveal these type of things to people and they're like, what are you talking about? Like, being very dismissive about it, right? Because they are inherently also being racist and discriminatory about a lot of things, right? Because if I were to tell this to any person, usually, and I'm saying this to any white person, I'm always met with, you just have a little bit of, you're like a little bit just scared, or that can't be true, or yeah, blah blah blah. It's just the most like discriminatory thing ever, and just instigating so much more hate and shame and guilt towards and inwards to other people. And it's just more, it's the most just, I think that's just evil. I think that's mean as well, to be doing that and to not accept the fact that you are doing that. Because honestly speaking, every time I think about this, I cannot understand how somebody can take these type of jobs and be like, haha, hee hee, I'm doing such a good thing for the world. You're not. Like, you're just doing your job and you're not doing a good job, because the fact that you can't understand the fact that, for example, right now for me, I said this yesterday as well, I've quit my job because I have a lot of health concerns. I have a lot of health concerns. With burnout, probably again. I say probably because I honestly, I'm not sure right now. Because it scares me. It scares me to think about the fact that I might be in a state of burnout again. Because that took quite something out of my life, and I say it in a way that's quite amusing to myself, because there have been so many other things in my life that were worse than this. And so much worse than this. So I've had the same type of job for the last 8 years. At this point, it's 9 years, right? Almost 9 years. But I've changed a lot of places, but still it's the same job. I think I will only reveal it over time when I can fully say that I have removed myself from this type of place to be able to openly say what it was. But let's just say it's a service job. Let's just say it's a service job. And service jobs are extremely exhausting. People are just horrible, and every time you guys cannot people who are not working service jobs, you are underestimating a lot of things. Not only that, but you might also be a part of it, because oh my god, be for freaking real. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. But yeah, I've been doing that because I had to. That it was out of necessity. Out of necessity, I had to take this type of job, and it kind of ended up being like this. I talked about my apprenticeship before, and I started an apprenticeship in this type of job, and I had to stop because I had the health concerns. I had a different type of financial concerns. I had different type of other concerns within my own self and my family that just didn't work out. It harmed me so much. I ended up going from one place to another to this apprenticeship, then having to drop out of it, and then having to go to another place again, and just being so sick, just sick for a long time. And my God, I developed even more of hate, I have to say hate, towards this entire system. Even more rage, because it was horrible to be in, and it keeps being horrible to be in, especially with the state of the politics and whatever Germany is doing right now, where I'm like, I don't even know how we are going to continue this. There's people are talking about a lot of things, but if you're talking about certain things, when are you going to move towards certain things that will change it, right? As I said, there's so much that you can do when it comes to talking. If you're not gonna take action towards something in your life that will make it better, it will not make it better. So right now, for me, what will make it better is by, funnily enough, being contradictory, is by talking about this thing. Because I don't think a lot of people know this in this type of perspective. I don't think a lot of people actually understand that, or are willing to understand in the first place. Because what are you gonna do if you're an ally to the people that, because you are so empathic and so able to be critically thinking, to critically think, and to be an ally to people. And what are you doing when you don't know about certain things and you feel like you're alone in the situation, right? And all these type of things that are just very much present. And what are you gonna do if you're the one oh my God, I can't even say this word, perpetuating these type of things, because you're, well, a part of it, you're enabling it, you are not doing anything that's really good. Because I can tell you, I've met people where I was like, oh, this is a surprise that I'm being handled so nicely, right? But now that I look at it again, I'm like, that doesn't matter. I was still treated badly. Like, I will never forget this I will never forget this person. How they dared to look at me. I say dared, but how they looked at me while like, yeah, you just have a little bit of, like, you're just scared. Shut the fuck up. I am having so much trouble to the point of getting anxiety attacks over something that is supposed to be mundane thing of a adult. But you know why I have such issues? Because I had to face this damn shit for a fucking decade and more, as a child, as a teen, and then as a freaking adult, without any damn support. Are you fucking kidding me? You better shut the fuck up. That is the most outrageously entitled and privileged fucked thing to say to somebody. Oh, like, I don't even know. And I know that, like, I know very well that there is enough people that know this type of feeling of so much rage, and you cannot do anything about it because these are the people that are supposed to help you. Do you think, are you fucking kidding me? Do you think that I enjoy being in this situation? You think I fucking love having to take the lowest job? You fucking BS of a person? Are you fucking kidding me? People cry about like, oh, but what if you like kill somebody that's like, there could be like a doctor or somebody that's like able to research. You're literally like doing exactly this type of thing, killing off dreams of people that are very much able to hold so much in their damn hand that the world could need, and so many other things. You're freaking kidding me. Just because you're so damn jealous that you see somebody else being able to be so much more in tune with themselves, or more authentic, or able to have something that you don't, because this is the same damn thing that happens to people who are trying to, in any type of job, okay? People who are for construction, architecture, damn art, design, people who are trying to help you apparently with jobs, with your career, with your nutrition, with anything about your life or whatever, right? You must have heard about this thing about how this research has been done that when you go to a hair salon, that some people that feel like you're prettier than them will not really do what you want to do to your hair. Also because some people are not very knowledgeable, but because they are so above the fact that they have this job and they feel blah 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 and very entitled. But most of the time it's this type of thing, right? Some people think that, oh, you're so much prettier than me, that's why I will cut your hair shorter than you wanted it, and you will still have to pay it, because usually people don't go back and tell you like, I didn't like my haircut, I need my money back. This is the same thing for everything else. This is the same thing that you will know when it comes to the fact that you wish to have encouragement in life by the people you have around you, that you trust and you want to grow with, but they are not giving it back to you because they know you can always reach higher than them, right? This applies to everything. This applies to everything, okay? I need you to remember that this shit freaking applies to everything. Like, are you being for damn real? And I hate that. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, what the fuck is that? I could never forgive myself if I were to see somebody and I would go, oh, you would be an amazing doctor. If I had a job that could give you some type of push, if I had some type of resource that could give you some type of push, in a way, like not just my words, but just truly like a resource that would be able to push you, I would do that, because I know you would be a great doctor. And a great doctor more would help alleviate the ailments, the pain, the suffering of the people, right? So what the fuck is that? I have asked so many times about if it's possible to be able to get to get something so that I can move away from my job because I have a hard way, right? Or I have asked as well if they know something that I can take, like a program or whatever. Do you know how many times I've met people that were like, oh, I don't know. Like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, just look for a job. Shut the fuck up. You're not doing your job fucking right. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you be in a job? How fucking dare you be in a damn position that allows you to have so much freaking power over somebody else by simply saying to them, look for a job. I think that's so vile. I think that's so damn vile. I cannot tell you even. And I can't. Yeah, I do have a lot of rage, guys. And I will never take back these type of like my rage. Like, no, I will not, because this is suffering and pain, not only for me but for other people. This is the reality for so many people. And it's funny because there's a lot of advertisements for them, by the way, going like, oh, you could get this, you could be a programmer, you could be IT, you could be this, just get yourself like a Bildungsgutschein, which is like a it's like a voucher, it's like a government help type of voucher that could help you, right? But you know what they don't tell you? That they will not give it to you if you apparently don't seem like, if you're young enough. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't even know what to say. Like, how dare you be going around doing these type of advertisements and then I'm not giving a chance to people in the first place? What are you here for? Like, be for real. What are you here for? I hate it so much. This is a constant cycle that I am in. Whenever I cannot just escape it, and I hate it. Because I know I can escape it. Because then somebody or you would be like, yo, you could just get a job. You're right, I could. But I could also get a job with something that I want to do, where I will not harm myself too much more than I thought it would. Where people will not put so much, I can tell that, like, if you think like this, I can tell that you are somebody who's straight up being so vile and disrespectful towards other people because you are so entitled. Because you're the type of person you would probably be like, yeah, oh, somebody's like cleaning. Shut up. Like, whether or not, like, it doesn't even matter if it's a cleaning job or if it's whatever, a high paying like finance job. If you are in there because you like it, you're gonna be in there because you like it. If you're gonna be in there because you have to, because you're being forced to or whatever, it's not gonna be the most enjoyable thing, you know. And then on top of that, even if you do it out of enjoyment, if there's so much pressure from other people around you, that is the most, as I said, vile thing ever. Oh, it will take you, oh my god. Let's not even start. I really want to be able to get out of this. Not only me, but it's also my family. And it's not only my family, but it's also every other family out there, every other adult, every other teenie, every other child, every other parent, and elderly people that have to live on these type of things. I don't think that's fair. Oh, but the world is not fair. Yeah, maybe because you're not making it fair, because you're enabling all these type of things, because you normalize these type of things. They are not to be normalized, because if you enable this and normalize this, the bigger the chance for people like that to oppress you even more without you even realizing, and to oppress those even more that are very aware of it. I don't think you will have any benefit in life to be like this. Then again, you could argue differently and be like, yeah, I do have it, blah, 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 blah. I could just step on everybody. Yeah. And then you're just being an asshole. That's exactly the most, the type of thing that I most of the time encounter when it comes to like this like apparent support system of the government. They really be stepping on you like this. I've never had truly somebody that was good. I've had fake outs truly of people I thought were good. But now that I think about it again, I'm like, oh my god, why did I even say these type of things to them? Like, how dare you? What the fuck? Because every time I'm like, I think you need to remember that some things are very inevitable in life. Some things that are the most universal things are very inevitable in life. And I hope you always remember, just as a reminder, that it could always be you not being able to work anymore or having any type of other issues. I hope you will always have to remember that. And if you don't, I hope you will have to consequently learn this type of thing. Because I don't think that's a very... No, I don't think... I just... fuck you. Basically, was what I'm saying. Yeah. You know what is also crazy to me recently? I got called and I was like, I'm literally at work. And I took my phone out of impulse. I don't know why. I shouldn't have done that, because if I was not supposed to be on my phone, then I should not have taken the call at all. But for some reason, my body just moved and I was like, damn. And then I was like, I couldn't even like just drop the call or anything like that, because I felt like I will be punished if I do so. And oh my god, did I learn from that? Oh my god, did I learn from that? Because I will never do that again. I hated that. Every moment of that, I hated it. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, just real quick, I'm gonna drink something. Oh my god, what is happening? Also, if you hear something in the back, it's like just outside of the music, it's also my fan. It's super warm in my room. I can't. What is this? Yeah. Anyway, like, the other thing is, because I was like, oh, well, I think I should talk about this, right? And like be seen in the fact that this is my life story. Like, the reason why I have also a lot of issues with these type of things is because one, not everybody does this, and I know very well that I don't know why, but I don't know why. It's just I can't not do it, you know. As I said, some people align with certain things a bit more, and characteristics and everything else. But I think this is just the essence of me to be like this. It doesn't make me anything less than somebody else would probably think about. Because I remember somebody once like was able to truly like see exactly that what I am in this type of way, right? And that was the most touching, impactful thing in my life ever. To be seen like this. The reason why it's also quite difficult for me is because as Asian, in fact, an Asian, a Vietnamese born, it's more like Viet Lao, born woman in Germany, having an immigrant family and everything like that, I, of course, have to do quite a few things. Paperwork from a young age. And I cannot tell you how traumatizing that is. When the existence of your family rides on your shoulders. And I never wanted my brother to have anything to do with that, because I don't want him to do that. Because I didn't want him to go through this type of thing. Somebody once said to me that I might be shielding my brother too much or being a bit too overprotective or anything like that, but I don't think that is the case. It's okay for him to learn when he's an adult. Okay? I don't think that's okay for him to learn as a child. I don't think it's okay for any child to have to learn that the existence of the entire family lies upon their own shoulders. I don't think that's something another child should learn. It doesn't matter if a child is younger than me or older than me. I don't think that any child should have to have these feelings on their shoulders, so damn heavy on their shoulders. And I cannot even blame anybody in my family. I can only blame the system. Because what the fuck? And for my sister, well, I am also kind of glad that she didn't particularly have to do these type of things, but she had other things on her plate. But she ended up having to do that in her adult age. But I'm glad that it was more of an adult age thing for her, but also because I guess it kind of aligns with her a bit more than for me. Will I? No. I was just thinking, will I was just having doubts about the fact that I'm telling this. But I don't mind. If you're watching this, if you're hearing this, hey, thank you, man. Like, damn, you rock, you know? You rock. You're a pebble. You rock. You're that boulder that protects the pizza for you and me. For you and me. Okay, I cannot do this right now. It's like really late in the evening. At night, actually. It's late in the night. Oh my god. Oh, I have cream in my. Oh. Anyway. Yeah, so. Well, I had to live through this quite a long time, and I still have to do that. And I am always very riddled with anxiety attacks every time I have to do these type of things, and I hate it. I hate it. I love it. Oh my god. I hate the political landscape that's happening right now, and that is allowing all these type of things and even worse to happen. I hate the fact that everybody thinks this is normal and this is okay to normalize and enable. I hate the fact that people who are working there don't think that they are also the problem and are being the perpetrators of this type of thing. And I hate the fact that a lot of people feel so helpless and feel like they cannot do anything about it because they will be punished. I hate it, and that's why I need you to know. I need you to know that this is pure suffering, and that it's disgusting. Or more like, I need the right people to know about these type of things, because what the wrong people are doing? What the fuck are you doing here? Oh my god. I'm almost hitting 2 hours. Sheesh. I didn't mean to stream too long for today. The other thing is, I would like to say is that every time I'm at certain type of appointments, and I've been there for so many years, having to be there because of my family, I was always crying and extremely angry, by the way. And it gave me so much stress. It always gave me a lot of anxiety attacks, and even sometimes I can't say like for sure panic attacks, but it's more like anxiety attacks that I would get from this. And I never really told anybody else, like my therapist or anything else like that, because I am even then usually met with, yeah, you just have to do these type of things. I'm like, no, I don't think you understand. This is not just about me having to just do these type of things, because I do have to do them regardless. I do have to do them regardless, because as I said, the existence of my family and myself rides on my shoulders so fucking heavy. I have to, and I hate the fact that even if I ask for help with this type of stuff, that I'm oftentimes met with, I can't help you. I wish I could help you. What do you mean? You can't literally help me by being with me, trying to figure out certain things, trying to brainstorm, trying to just sort things out, right? And I hate this for every single other person, because I know you're also going through it and being like, I also feel like this. I ask for help, but nobody helps me. Like, what the fuck is this, guys? Are you being for fucking real? At some point, you need to understand that you're being in that a prick, right? Because you're being like this. Like, you don't need to necessarily be a jerk. But the thing is, withholding yourself with help, pure solidarity for somebody else who you are also apparently calling your friend. What the fuck is this? This also gets me to this topic that I was thinking about, and it's the fact that how oftentimes we have like how different romantic relationships and friendships are, right? Platonic ones. The thing is, they are different. There's a type of intimacy in there that you don't have in a friendship, right? But I want you to. This is something that Bo said. Okay, this is a Twitch streamer and a YouTube channel that's called Bo's versus the World, and she does like true crime stuff, and she does them so amazingly. I love her, but she said something that made my lights fireworks in my brain. I was like, damn. She said about some type of case. I don't remember what it was, but it was like, you need to remember that if you can put romantic people on a pedestal or anybody else on a pedestal, if you can put romantic people on a pedestal, you can put anybody else on a pedestal. That also includes your friends. That is the same thing as love. You can love your lovers. You can also love your family. You can also love your friends. Just as much as you can fall out of love with your lover, with your family, and your friends. And recently I've realized that, I think this is the thing. The thing about sometimes in life when you end up like kind of ghosting somebody like that was very important to you, or you go separate ways or whatever, it's not just only the thing about being misaligned in life. It's also the fact that you fell out of love somebody. And then the most fair thing for it to happen, to take action on, is to end things. And sometimes reconciliation is possible. Sometimes you come back to each other differently with different relationships. Sometimes, yes, that is possible, but most of the time it isn't if you're not going to meet each other in different ways or whatever. And that's also something but both said in the video about how sometimes you can, at some points with friends, come back to each other, but just in very different ways. And I think that's also something that's lacking in a lot of modern relationships, platonic ones especially, because you think that, this is the end, so this will forever be the end. Sometimes you will meet somebody again that you've known before, and then it will be in your hands whether or not you will let them in or not, whether you can judge if it's okay to do this or not. For me, most of the time, it usually is the end, like generally speaking, because I know very well that if you're not ready to grow with me, if you're not ready to grow with me in so many ways, it's not like, and have grace and compassion for yourself and a lot of other things, there's no place for somebody in my life. You can be my acquaintance, but usually there's no place in my life for you in my life like this. Because I don't need that. And I'm very aware that this is what makes me also very lonely, or makes me feel very lonely in a lot of times, because I don't feel very understood. I don't feel very safe with people in that matter, because I know that it takes so much within somebody else to be with me. because if people always come to me and be like, I know that I can't ask this because you're just very, you say what needs to be said, and at the same time it's something you know that is true. That doesn't mean that it's okay sometimes for the way that I've said things in the past. For now, I wouldn't be saying these type of things in the same manner I've done before, but you know, like, yeah, I don't even know what to say. The other thing is also, like, it's not only, like, let me tell you something. The reason why I also, like, I'm talking about this because I was remembering certain things. I state the fact that I have fallen out of love with certain people in my life, and I have a hard time coming back to it. I can give you grace, I can give compassion, I can give you time, but that doesn't mean it's okay for you to treat me like this, or for me to treat you like this either. But I will not always be this person that will come to you, because I know very well you take it so for granted that I will say something. That's not okay for me either. This is the reason why I also fell out of love. You know, the same way you can fall out of love with your lovers, your romantic partners. You know, you can fall out of love with your friends. But yeah, I think that's a bit sad, but whatever. I wouldn't be talking like this if this was just the case of one person, by the way, right? But this is the pattern of the people around me, where I'm like, is it me? Because I've kept being like this as well. And now that I've reached a point where I'm like, I don't want this anymore, even more so that I'm like, yeah, no. I've fallen out of love with you because I have grown and realized that I don't want this for myself anymore. And you either have to come with me or you don't. But you know what? It's okay. Allow things to fall apart. This reminds me of, you know, when I, like, this is, okay, listen, this is where we talk about tarot cards, right? If you're not interested in this stuff, like, you can just stop hearing. You can just stop. You can just not listen to it. You can just skip whatever, like, okay, whatever. But like, for tarot cards, for example, a lot of people don't like certain cards, like the Tower, or like the Tower. Whenever I see the Tower card, I'm like, yes, let's go. I know this is going to be absolutely tearing me apart, but I love it. I've started to love the fact that I see these cards that people don't usually like, because I'm like, yes, I'm ready for this. And I know that this is here, and I know that I am exactly in here. I know that this is going to take me so much further, and that I need this, and this is amazing. Because being thrown into life, living it, feeling it, not knowing things, having these feelings of what do I do, is a good sign that there's something happening for me that I am doing for myself that is taking things so much further. And I'm so glad. But yet, at the same time, of course, it can coexist. It is there. Allow yourself to be sad. Allow yourself to be grieving things. Allow yourself to feel angry about whatever, okay? But then allow yourself to also be happy that these things are happening. Don't resist this one thing with the other thing. Don't resist both things. They will not do you any good. But yeah. For example, if you're also talking about quantum physics in general, like, you know, and astrology right now, what is happening? We have Mercury retrograde, right, and I think a lot of other things. But remember, it's gonna be, what was it, until July 28th. And usually Mercury retrograde is always like met with a lot of technical issues, blah 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 blah, such like a little bit of a disruption, right? And especially a lot of things that are miscommunication, a lot of things that within you. And what I learned that really accelerated something within me was the fact that every time there's Mercury retrograde, it's not about something that's from outside. It's the fact that I am seeing things again that I have to encounter to realize that, oh, I'm still doing this, or oh, I'm still allowing this. Oh, what can I do? For example, when I have doubts about like if I feel rejected because somebody else said something to me that has nothing to do with me, I'm like, yeah, why do I even have these doubts? Like, I don't want this anymore. So I have to like still learn. That just means for me that I still have to learn to shake certain things off, right? And then calm my nervous system. And the thing is, it's a good thing at the same time, because then I have learned to put one more thing into it, into like having one less time to learn this again, you know. Yeah. And I need you to learn that in life, things need to be repeated sometimes in life. You know, it doesn't matter if you will never not learn about certain things. Yes, there are certain life lessons that will forever be kept. But there are certain things that are so small that you will always have to remember them. But yeah, whatever. Yeah, like Mercury retrograde, for example, for me, it made me realize that, oh, yeah, I don't like this. Whatever I'm doing right now, I don't like it, and I have to take it into my hands. And I cannot do this anymore, and I don't want to do this anymore, so I have to move forward. But it also means that I have to rest, because right now I'm treading very dangerous line, falling into a type of sickness that I really don't want to fall into if it's preventable, you know. Then again, I cannot like stop it fully. It's like you know, when it's winter and you just know this is more the season to get colds and whatever, so you know how to prevent it, right? But it doesn't mean that just because you have preventable measures that it will completely like not affect you at all. And then again, for some people, these preventable measures or whatever are helping more than others, you know, but it's always of an individual case, so you do have to think about it for yourself and take it into consideration, you know. But yeah, oh my god, why am I having a stomach? Why does my stomach hurt? My stomach hurts. My tummy. Go gaga. Yeah. Alright. Oh mein Gott, my tummy toot hurts. Aber es Englisch. That was English, guys. Anyway, I'm gonna be chilling a little bit. Okay, I've been talking like non-stop for 2 hours. You know, when I think back about everything I just said in hindsight, in foresight as well, I'm like, God. Sometimes I'm like, I wish the people that didn't have me in this type of way that I am right now, but met me differently in the past, I hope that didn't harm me, that did not harm me, that I did like truly care about. I hope you get to this point at some time as well. That's just me. Anyway, how does it feel to be a rock? I feel like singing just a little bit, okay? Zur Hälfte nein, this is a German song. It's from Philipp Dittberner in Deiner kleinen Welt. I know you have no backing vocal, no backing music of it instead of something else. Like, you're a rock, okay? You have nothing else to say. Ich kenn dich 3/4 und eigentlich kenn ich dich überhaupt nicht. Ich schreibe große Zeilen in klitzekleine Lieder und sing sie dann heimlich für dich. Du lachst und du weinst und du bist so wie du bist, ein rudimentäres Unikat. Vielleicht hab ich einmal Glück und es ist so wie es ist, das gewinnt der alte Träume wagt. Und du drehst dich in deiner kleinen Welt mit deinen großen Farben, wie sie es gefällt. Go on up. Da, da, da. Ja, ich schau dir wieder zu, ich sehe das und das bist du. Ich lauf auf deinen Wegen und tanze ganz synchron mit der Hoffnung in der Hand in deinen Fußspuren. Und du drehst dich in deiner kleinen Welt mit deinen großen Farben, wie sie dir gefällt. Ob trübs, ob manchmal grau, ob blau und wunderschön. Oh, ich würd mich so gerne in deinen Welten drehen. Du drehst dich in deiner kleinen Welt mit deinen großen Farben, wie sie dir gefällt. Ob trübs, ob manchmal grau, ob blau und wunderschön. Oh, ich würd mich so gerne in deinen Welten drehen. Ne Idee, ich bleib einfach zu Besuch. Wir schauen, was die Zeit uns so erzählt. Vielleicht lächelt sie einen Tag oder gleich ein ganzes Jahr. Für immer und hier und jetzt in deiner Welt. Für immer hier und jetzt in deiner Welt. Du drehst dich in deiner kleinen Welt mit deinen großen Farben, wie sie dir gefällt. Ob trübs, ob manchmal grau, ob blau und wunderschön. Oh, ich würd mich so gerne in deinen Welten drehen. Und du drehst dich, und du drehst dich. in deiner kleinen Welt. Ich baue eine Stadt für dich. Oh my god, I sing horribly right now. It's okay. I need this. You know, it helps me. I don't care if you think I'm not singing well. Viel zu viel. Na, komme. Also, it's like 3:33 almost. Or actually, it is. Yes, it is. Ha ha ha. Es ist eine Stadt für dich. Aus Glas und Gold und Stein. Sie die hinausführt, führt auch wieder ein. Stadt für dich und für mich. Wenn mir aussieht, heißt, sind aus Blei. Es geht, ich finde ich Lust bei ihr. Aber mehr Fragen, da sind schnell. Ich baue eine Stadt für dich. Aus Eis und Blut und Stein. Und jede Straße, die hinausführt, führt auch wieder ein. Ich baue eine Stadt für dich und für mich. Aus Eis und Gold und Stein. Straße, die hinausführt, führt auch wieder ein. Und für mich. Oh my god, I have such a tummy ache. What the fuck? This song, it's from Cassandra Steen and Adele Tawil. It's called Stadt. So translated city, and it's the most beautiful like song. It's one of my favorite German songs, I would say. Die hinausführt, führt auch wieder ein. Ich baue eine Stadt für dich und für mich. Eine Stadt für dich. Aus Eis und Gold und Stein. Lass sie die hinausführt, wird auch wieder rein. I wonder, why do I have a stomach ache? Warum habe ich einen Bauchschmerzen? Ich habe Bauchschmerzen. Sorry. My tummy. Why does my tummy hurt? La 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 la. Na, 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 na. You might recognize this from yesterday. Grew up in a small town, and when the rain would fall down, I just stare out my window, dreaming what could be, and if I ended up happy, I would pray. Try not to reach out, but when I tried to speak out, felt like no one could hear me. Wanted to belong here, but something felt so wrong here. So I prayed could break away. Wings and I learned how to fly. Do what it takes that I touch the sky. And I make a wish, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Out of the darkness and into the sun. Forget all the ones that I love. I'll take a risk, take a chance, make a change, and break away. La 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 la. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wanna feel the warm breeze, sleep under a palm tree, feel the rush of the ocean. Gonna board a fast train, travel on a jet plane, far away, and break away. I am shaking because it's late at night, and it really exposes me. Make a wish, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Out of the darkness and into the sun. I won't forget all the ones that I love. I'll take a risk, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Buildings with 100 floors, swinging around revolving doors. They'll take me, but gonna get caught and I give it. Wow. Break away. I spread my wings and I learn how to fly. Though it's not easy to tell you goodbye. Take a risk, take a chance, make a change, and break away. Darkness in the sun. Forget, make a wish. Break away and break away. I'm broken down. I need your loving, loving. I need it now. When I'm without you, I'm something weak. You got me begging, begging. I'm on my knees. No, 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 no. Okay, oh my God, I cannot. It's because it's late. Whoa, what the frick am I doing? Yeah, 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 yeah. Da 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 da. Oh my God. Sorry. Anyway, I do feel more. I have to say, I do feel more relieved about the fact that I am able to say something more openly like this, even though, yeah. I do not want to become desperate for something, but I do want to be obsessed enough to build so much resilience and have so much courage for the unknown in my life that there is no such thing as desperation. And I hope that you will see that within yourself as well. I wonder if you can hear it when I'm like playing it in my microphone, in my headphones. I'm right now listening to Hosier, All Things End. And this song, oh my god, this song is absolutely beautiful. A two-ton wind around my chest feels like it drips out to the starry high. What the fuck did I just read? Was anyone to get everyone's life? But the heart's still intact, they didn't do it right. The last time I felt you weight on my chest, said we didn't get it right, but love, we did our best, and we will again. Moving on in time and taking more from everything that ends, and all things end, all that we intend. Scrawled in sand, slips right through our hands, and just knowing, and everything will end. Should not change our plans when we begin again. We begin again. Ooh. I've never known a silence like the one falling here. Never watched my future darken a single tear. I know we want this to go easy by being somebody's fault, but we've gone long enough to know this isn't what we want, and that isn't always bad. And people say that something is forever, yeah. Either way it ends, and all things end. All that we intend is scrawled in sand, or slips right through our hands, and just knowing that everything will end should not change our plans when we begin again. We begin again. We begin again. Oh, nothing's in. No. And there's no way that everything will end. Should not change our plans when we begin again. Okay. Do I want one more? Okay, this is also by Philip Dittperner. It's a German song, and Marv. It's called Wolke 4. Lass uns die Wolke 4 bitte nie mehr verlassen. Wolke 4 bitte nie mehr verlassen, weil wir auf Wolke 7 viel zu viel verpassen. Ich war da schon einmal. Bin zu tief gefallen, liebe Wolke, viel mit dir als unten wieder ganz allein. Da. Ziemlich gut, wie wir das so gemeistert haben, wie wir die großen Tage unter kleinen Dingen begraben. Der Moment, der die Wirklichkeit maskiert, es tut nur gut zu wissen, dass das wirklich funktioniert. Wolke 4, bitte nie mehr verlassen, weil wir auf Wolke 7 viel zu viel verpassen. Ich war da schon einmal. Bin zu tief gefallen, liebe Wolke, viel mit dir als unten wieder ganz allein. Da, da. Leben und mein kleines Herz erbummt, denn der Moment ist das, was es dann zeigt, dass die Tage ziemlich dunkel sind, doch dein Lächeln bleibt. Dein Lächeln bleibt. Bam, 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 ba, ba, da, 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 la, la. Gefühl. Bitte nie mehr verlassen, weil wir uns Wolke 7. Ich verspreche mich, da 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 da. Ich bin tief gefallen, liebe Wolke, viel mit dir als unten wieder ganz allein. Gefühl mit dir als unten wieder ganz allein. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Okay, I think I'm about to end stream because it's about what? How many hours? I didn't even intend this to be so long. What the fuck? And then again, I do want to sing one song. Oh, what the fuck? No, that was my time to go. Landslide. Anyway. Okay, maybe one more. Maybe one song. What do I do? Wir bleiben wach, bis die Leuten wieder lila sind. Do I want to sing something German? No, I will give you something English. E O E R E O E R E. U E A I U E A I A I I I U E A I U U U U A I Wiki wiki A I I U E A U U U U I E A I Wiki 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 Google Gaga. Okay, I guess I accidentally clicked on this song. It's gonna be this song. Songs I love, wanna go home, wanna go home, wanna go home. Whoa. So tired of songs, tired of songs, tired of songs, tired of. Just wanna go home, wanna go home, wanna go home. Whoa, buddy. Trying my best to meet somebody, but everybody around is feeling in love to our song. Oh my god, I'm so distracted. It's wrong. I feel like it's also my microphone settings and in general. Listen, okay, before I say anything more, sing anything more, it's simply also because my microphone is not supposed to be a singing song microphone. It's a podcast mic. It's the Elgato Wave 3. It's not supposed to be sung into. So yeah. I have to give myself grace. I have to give myself grace. Anyway, what is happening? I can't. I'm so tired of songs, tired of songs, tired of songs, tired of. Just wanna go home, wanna go home, wanna go home. Whoa, so tired of songs. Party, trying to my best. Trying to my best? What? Wait. Is that how you say that? Trying to my best. What? Trying to my best. Trying to my best. To meet somebody. Trying to my best? Like, trying to do. Is it not trying to do my best to meet somebody? Trying to my best. But everybody around me is falling in love to our song. Trying to my best. Is that correct? Anyway. I just wanna go home, wanna go home, wanna go home, whoa. Strangers, killing my lonely nights with strangers. And when they leave, I go back to our song. I hold on my eye. Hurts like heaven, lost in the sound. Buska season, like you're still around. Can't unmiss you, and I need you now. Yeah, yeah. Songs, tired of songs, tired of songs, tired of. Just wanna go home, wanna go home, wanna go home. Whoa. Songs, tired of songs, tired of songs, tired of. Wanna go home, wanna go home, wanna go home. Whoa. Songs, tired of songs, all of songs, tired of. Just wanna go home, wanna go home, wanna go home. Whoa. Okay, this is the last one, truly. This is like a... You should know this is a classic. This is beautiful. It's Summer Over the Rainbow by Ease. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, and the dreams that you dreamed of for once, now lullaby. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dreamed of, dreams really do come true. Sudden star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like melon drops. Melon? Be over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. The dream that you dreamed of, I can die. Oh, may I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you'll find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, dream that you dare to. Why, oh why can't I? Ooh, ooh, ah, okay. I can't stop singing. Once I start doing this, I swear to God. And I hate doing this because you can't hear like the you can't hear the instrumentals. Only I can. This is not about you. You're a rock, okay? I will repeat it once again. You're a rock, not just any stone, but a mineral in my room. You listen because there's nothing that moves you more than me talking. It will make you more of an unmovable force. And I mean, it will make you an unmovable force as well as an unmovable formation in a place that will see you as you are, a boulder the size of a pebble, and that applies to me as well. And this is a true classic, okay? I keep singing this. 7 West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is so there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Come and sing it with me. You know what this is about. La 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 la. Haunted mama, take me home. Country roads. All my memories gather around her. Minus lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, paint on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home, take me home, take me home. Country road. It's 4 a.m. So in the morning, she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Country roads. Go little. To the place I belong. Okay, and you as well. West Virginia, maybe not, but maybe your own place. And take me home, country roads. Ba-da-do, banana, 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 nana ba, ba ba ba, na na na, banana, na na na. Take me home, country roads, to the place I belong. West Virginia. Mountain Mama. So, dear pebble in the road, my sweet little rock, you you know what, you rock. Oh my god, okay, yep. This was quite something else today. I mean, then again, it wasn't. It was literally the podcast version of my streams, which is re-noise chip, which is literally what I am here about, okay? As you have seen it, maybe. Horizon is me. Me is Horizon. I expand the vastness of your world. But the other thing is also I have re-noise, which is more of a podcasty thing. Yeah, usually it's oftentimes when I'm streaming without any like visual appeal, okay? And where it's a bit more intimate. I mean, this is literally re-noise because it is answering the noise beyond boundary, answering things that I didn't know about, you didn't know about, answering things that are just there, needed. My microphone just fell. That's how I know that. By the way, my microphone is broken. Like, oh no, the table is broken. Literally, I guess I screwed it on a bit. I said it before. I screwed it on a bit too tight on the little thing, and it just broke. And now it's being held by electrical tape. The other thing is, my god, guys, I cannot tell. Oh my god, that scared me. I cannot tell you how much I really. What do I do? Like, I need you to understand the reason why I'm always being like this. But like, my laptop is old. Blah blah blah. Literally, I have that very old OBS version as well. Like, I can not do a lot of things with that. Like, it doesn't matter what equipment I have. Like, if I have like a microphone or like a working camera, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's like a very old software as well. That is exactly what I have over 15-year-old laptop does to you. It will not withstand the sheer like thing that's happening with newer programs or newer versions of programs or even websites. Oh my god, I hate that. I hate it so much. Certain websites are so annoying to access, because why is the UI and UX design like this? Why is it loading so long? Oh my god, do you have to be making it like this? That is apparently like, oh my god, why? I think that's such an inaccessible thing. Like, imagine like an elderly person that didn't update their equipment, because why would they, right? If it works, it works. Like, and they just cannot access certain things because it literally takes such a long time to load, or it doesn't load at all. Anyway, just a little tidbit here. You know, Stalaktiten and Stalagmiten. Stalactites and stalagmites. Yes. Yeah. Why did I start doing this? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Oh yeah, I was talking about re-noise. There's also the other thing. You will see the results if they're there, so I am not going to mention it. Anyway, guys, I might be streaming some games this week as well. Stay tuned for that. Because I have the chat link. I can finally try to do something, because like on my Switch, let's see if the frame rate is going to be working out, and the connection of my Wi-Fi, because that's also a part where everything fails. But I'm glad that I got the chat link, because this way I'm able to hear the game at the same time as you are hearing the game. Otherwise, I would not be able to play it. Especially for the games that I usually end up playing. Yeah, anyway, because I also saw there's a summer sale. There's certain games online and new releases where I'm like, I can finally play as a stream thing, yeah. And then the other thing is maybe I will have a reading stream. I will call it a book club stream. Yeah. Maybe like that. Maybe I will also do something creative. I don't know, honestly speaking. This is the plan for this week. No proper schedule, but it's probably gonna be maybe not tomorrow, but maybe on the weekend, I guess. Maybe on the weekend or a little bit before that. But yeah. The other thing is I would also like to just say again that usually my streaming time is very different, right? And like, this is not my usual streaming time. It's literally just because this is what is available to me. I wish I wouldn't have to stay awake like this. To be able to have this type of time, to be able to do this. Yeah. time that I can take. But yeah. Anyway, I have to get ready for the EP Sleepy Land now. I am feeling tired, and I'm in pain as well. I hope you like this, and if you don't, well, none of my problem. Not my problem, okay? Not my damn problem. But yeah, I wish you a lot of rocks that you will admire on your way, that will make you stop in your tracks and be like, oh, a pebble, look at this beautiful color, beautiful shape, ooh. Little trinket. Of course, don't take things from places that are protected. But then again, you know, sometimes you gotta just stop and appreciate a little cute pebble in your way. Not every pebble that's in your way is meant to stop you from things. Not every rock or boulder will do so. Sometimes they're just there because they're there. They don't need to be acknowledged by you. They don't need to be destroyed by you. They don't need to be seen by you. Sometimes they're just there. Sometimes they're there because it makes a great landscape. You know, have you ever seen that? Oh my god. Those pebble beaches, I really want to go to one. Actually, no, I have been at a stony beach before and it was amazing. It was really hard to walk on. but it was nice. I found a nice rock. I found a nice rock. Yeah. Anyway, see you. Good night. Good day. Whatever.